Okay. So the Finance Committee was still in session. We have a couple of items to go over. The first one, the work session. No, that's a copy of it. This is the original.
So what do we do?
We're going to start with the review and appoint committee assignment, which is chairperson, vice chair, and clerk. And so just want to, because we weren't reappointed at our last meeting, so we tabled it. And so this meeting, we have a quorum and we have all the appointments. We have one open position still available. If anybody listening wants to join the Finance Committee, it would be appreciated to submit. And so I guess as I'm running it from last year as chairperson, we have nominations for the for chairperson for fiscal year 23.
I'll make a motion that Don Hayes be our chairperson for 23.
I will second that.
Okay. We have a motion and a second, and I would accept and continue. So a vote, a roll call vote.
Gerald Bazikas, yes.
Mark Hussey, yes.
Andrea Wood, yes.
Don Hayes, yes. It would be unanimous, so we have a chair. And next position, do we have a motion for a vice chair?
I nominate Geraldine vice chair.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, so we have a motion for Geraldine Bazikas for vice chair and a second. Any discussion? Gary, would you accept?
March on.
Okay.
Okay.
Then voice vote, please.
Mark Hussey, yes.
Andrea Wood, yes.
Don Hayes, yes.
Gerald Bazikas.
Okay, and last position on the committee would be clerk.
I'll make a motion for Andrea Wood to be clerk.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Andrea, would you accept?
Oh, yes. Thank you, because I've done such a crappy job up till now. I really appreciate your faith.
A fine job.
You will catch up. It's kind of like, we'll work on that. We have Channel 9 and all our recordings. We can make sure that we have everything and we'll continue. Okay, with that, a roll call vote, please.
Gerald Bazikas, yes.
Mark Hussey, yes.
Andrea Wood, yes.
Don Hayes, yes. We have unanimous, and we have our committee set up. Now we have committee assignments from our committee to the other committees within the town. There's 3 that I know of, and we start with the audit committee, which we just ended. And I had been the representative for fiscal year 22.
Is that something you'd consider doing?
I would consider staying on that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you'd be good. The committee.
I agree. I think he'd be good, but because there's just a little bit more to follow it out to the end.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Excuse me. He's the ideal person to do that.
Absolutely. I'll make a motion that we.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second for Don Hayes to be the audit committee representative. Roll call vote.
Gerald Bazikas, yes.
Mark Hussey, yes.
Andrea Wood, yes.
Don Hayes, yes. Okay, next on our assignment list is Capital Planning Committee. We have an assignment of one person to the capital planning.
I can do that.
We would like that. Okay.
I'll make a motion, Mark Hussey. We have
Okay.
capital plan.
I'll second the motion.
Thank you. I got to read further if I can second. I don't think I can second. I think I'm
Yeah.
doing that. So thank you. So we have a motion for Mark Hussey to be the Capital Planning Committee representative and a second. And if there's no discussion, roll call vote.
Gerald Bazikas, yes.
Mark Hussey, yes.
Andrea Wood, yes.
Don Hayes, yes. That's unanimous. And so we thank you, Mark.
Don?
Couldn't
Yes.
happen to a nicer guy.
Thanks, Teresa.
I was gonna say, you're gonna light something on fire and then.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Do you want me to send a memo to the town clerk and to the selectmen regarding the new lineup?
We have one more to go, and then the answer will be yes. I would appreciate that.
Thank you.
Okay. The last committee I'm aware of is Town Properties Committee.
I thought you were on that.
I am on that, but again, that's a 1 year from the Finance Committee to the Town Properties Committee.
Is there there's no, there's not a problem being on.
No,
No.
there's no problem being.
Then I know that you taught.
That's right. It's kind of like there were just I think there were only 2 meetings in the last year. So I mean, it's
You're overwhelmed by,
yeah.
Whatever.
Well, the Town Properties Committee could always use extra townspeople, not just.
Oh, really?
Not just the town.
Mhm.
Yeah. So if you want to do it from the standpoint of being a general Townsend resident, and not a representative for the Finance Committee.
Okay.
Yeah, that can happen. So we have a motion for John Hayes to stay. And do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Okay. If there's no discussion, a roll call vote, please.
Gerald Bezikas, yes?
Mark Hussey, yes.
Andrea Wood, yes.
John Hayes, yes. So we have our committee assignments.
We are whole.
And we are whole, and we have our representatives onto the other committees that we have obligations to.
Now, we have to wait for John Barrett, or is this just strictly go down and get sworn in by?
I think we're all set.
It's just for the town, yeah.
Okay, we're all set?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I
you
have
just
to
need
notify
be-
the clerk and selectmen so they know if they need to notify us and the people who I do believe, even though you've been sworn into the Finance Committee, if you represent those other things, you have to get sworn into there as well.
Yeah, so we will do that, and check, and while we're on
Yeah, I
that.
don't think so, Andrea, but I can check and get back to you.
I was sworn in last year too.
Were you?
To capital.
Yes, I had to get sworn in when I was on capital planning.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, and the other that goes along with that, we did have the reappointments, and I believe, I don't know, everybody needs to be up to date on the ethics, and the link to the ethics, and get the certificate and get it into.
I thought we did that every 3 years.
It is, but I think
I probably need to do it.
I think Mark,
I think I need to do it too.
okay.
Who has the link? Can you send that to me?
I'll dig it up. It's not bad to get to. It's kind of like, yeah, we'll give you the secret.
I do enough training at work.
Yes. So we may also need to get that out to Sam and Jean as a reminder, to if they haven't had one in a while. So and again, I can check in the town clerk's office and see if they need. Okay, so that is our committee assignments and our appointments. And I'm sorry, there was the addition that I didn't have when we posted to the website is we had a municipal transfer submitted for this month. And so we have two transfers that we are looking at. Andrea, I don't know if you have seen them or if you've got the details. I made a copy of the transfers, and so that Mark and Jerry have a copy here. So the first transfer is taking money from the tax collector other services of $10,000 and moving it to the Board of Selectmen professional services account.
For?
The $10,000 is a reserve for facilities expenses.
So we're giving it back to Are we triggered for the facilities? Where'd it go?
We're taking it from tax collector, other services,
Right.
and moving it to Board of Selectmen professional services. And the reason indicated here is to reserve for facilities expenses.
I
expenses
believe
that are coming
it
up.
was to complete some ongoing project. I don't know the exact nature of the project,
He was the
however.
painting and stuff.
Okay, that could be that we did the reserve fund transfer last month for the Townsend Reading Room, the West Townsend
Oh.
Reading Room.
Oh, the electrical, that's
So
right.
we did the electrical.
Yeah.
So my expectation is that if that project may have additionally overrun and they need
Okay.
to.
But we don't know that.
We don't know that. It's kind of like, Teresa, well, you're here. This was presented and signed at the Board of Selectmen meeting
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Right, yeah.
Do
So,
you have it? Yeah.
again, this is just to make sure we make it out to the end of the fiscal year. We really don't think that we're going to even use the entire amount. But we, because like you said, because of some facility items going on in West Townsend Reading Room and at the hall, that's what it was for.
Okay. Okay, and since they're both together on the one form, the second line item is moving from land use wages, $35,000, and moving it to accounting professional services for $35,000. And this amount,
Excuse me, they're only on one sheet of paper.
they are,
Yes.
yeah,
I'd like to request that
to be on separate.
yes, because they're very different reasons and they're very different accounts.
So what is the reason behind this?
The reason behind this is Terry Walsh has resigned.
Yeah.
And Melanson has been pulled on for the last month of the year to do the work of the treasurer for the last
35,000, 1 month?
1 month. But the reason that this is the most important month because it's preparing the files for the audit. It's kind of, so it's not just doing the normal accounting work. It's all of the audit prep work.
And it's closing out the books for the year.
It's closing out the books for the year.
Yeah.
So it's an extreme amount of work.
The thing that bothers me, and maybe Terry can answer, is in the contract letter with Melanson, they guessed that it would be about $35,000, depending on the hourly wage of the accountant who did the work, because I guess they expected several different accountants, to pick it up to do it. I don't know. Terry told me that she thought that we were in good enough shape that it would be considerably less. So I was wondering if this $35,000 is an exact figure, or if this $35,000 is just against the letter that they sent. If we were just meeting their approximate, this might be.
This again is just as a safety net. It isn't an exact figure. Matter of fact, this is the one I'm sure that they said they are pretty confident it won't go this high. But this is the figure they wanted to use to be safe with.
Okay, that brings up another question for me. Most of the line items, most of the departments are right on line in their spending. But we will have some overages, and the TA spoke to that at the selectmen's meeting. I know we have one for an insurance deductible that will be coming up for about $10,000. Once, say we give them $20,000 or $35,000, and they only spend $25,000, does that 10 that's left over go back into the general fund and we can't get it? Or does it go back to the department and we can spend it? Because it's tight. It's really tight out there on extra money this year.
Why don't we go off of an invoice to do this? We've done that previously.
Right, wait till the invoice.
Wait till the invoice comes in, we'll give you the money. Or is there a reason why we can't do that?
Do we have?
I like that idea. That's a good idea.
I mean, you know, that why would we want to do it this way?
Yeah, we have a statement of work that pretty much says not to exceed 35,000.
Right, but again, if they use 25, where's that 10 going? Not anybody going to steal it, but we'll be able to use it.
You won't be able to use it. It's going to depend.
So why don't we get an invoice?
It's kind of like if you move 35,000 over and you only use 25, so there's 10 hanging there, you would have to do another municipal transfer from that account to the next account, number one. Or number two is it closes out the year there and you have to wait for free cash verification.
So I guess what's the big rush?
Cash. Yeah,
as it was presented to me, that this figure came from the town administrator, and the reason that it was presented to the selectmen was that this is the setting up the maximum amount that will allow them to finish off the year with, and hoping that it would come in less than that. That's all I know. And I also question this, Mark, but...
I just don't, I'm not comfortable doing that. That's my thought.
Me being new to all of this seemed to be something they do every year at the end of the year.
We do, but I'm looking at the piece of paper in front of us, and I'm also questioning, this doesn't look like a document that I've seen prior years for this.
Well, maybe we need to bring this, back to Ross. Eric, bring it to his attention and say what was, sorry.
No, don't be sorry.
What was different this year, and maybe we can look at it.
It just seems like a process to get the money back that we are going to put out if we don't need it. An unneeded process.
Why should we pay anything without an invoice?
Yeah, I mean, I know we have an estimate.
I know, but
Don, you were on that call last night. Didn't they ask that about that last night? Bring that up to you as well? Or would they going to be approved today? I thought they brought it up to you.
Yeah, Andrea was having that call. I was on Town Properties that night.
Yeah, it was Andrea.
Town Properties had a...
What's your opinion, Andrea? You've done this for a few years.
I like yours. I don't like meeting like you said, I don't like meeting it's supposed to be for an exact amount.
Exactly.
Okay. I'm not in Zoom on fine.
And so often that's one of the problems with over budgeting for a year. When you do just the regular budgeting, whether that money is spent or not doesn't matter. It's committed for the rest of the year until we get right down to the end. So if you need more money and somebody is over done, you can't do anything about it till May. So I don't know what will happen to the extra if there's extra.
I'm not so concerned about the 10,000 because that's going to stay within the facilities department.
Right.
If I'm correct. I mean, that's not an issue with me. This is money that we're putting against an unknown invoice, and that money's not going to stay within that department.
Well, it's kind of terrible.
I'm just going to check and see
it's kind of terrible in the first place that we committed to hiring them when we didn't have the money available to hire them.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. Okay. I was just checking. Now, I will also mention, I have a document on my screen, and I apologize, I'm not in the Zoom on it. When I look at this, it has the Townsend logo. It has request for transfer of appropriations in accordance with Chapter 77, the Acts of 2006. It has lots of other information. It has a check mark as to what is going on. and what departments and qualify. It's kind of like I'm looking at. It's kind of
It's like what we used to look at.
Yeah.
That's what we did just a few months ago.
right.
Yeah.
Very similar.
Yeah.
But because this is a municipal transfer, at the end we all as the finance committee need to sign it. But it just looking at this, the two of them don't.
Yeah, there's not even the town seal.
There's not a town seal.
Which would be nice. I mean, besides that, I'm not, give us an invoice and we'll pay.
And on Tuesday, at Tuesday's meeting, Eric said that there will be more. So it's not
More.
like transfers. So it's not like we're not going to have to go on and do this anyway.
Right.
So yeah, we'll be back at our July.
We have till July 15th, I think.
What's our next meeting?
I think it's July 12th, but let me.
Could well be.
July 12th. I was talking about the 15th, thinking we needed to get to the end, but
Eric said the 15th is a meeting as well.
wow, I think it's the 12th. I think we moved it to the Tuesday because we said then the accountant has to take their actions on it. So if we moved it out.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
No, and I can't be here on the 12th.
Okay.
4 o'clock, I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 o'clock.
12 at 4, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't write it.
So
down.
it was the 12th at 4.
Right.
Because
that's good. Yeah.
I was talking about the 15th when I initially set it up, thinking give the full 2 weeks, but it's a calendar. It's not.
Right. No,
it's not a. I'm thinking of the old shop calendar work in the manufacturing environment. So our next meeting is going to be July 12th. So then I guess we have to send back to the selectmen. We would like to see this each on its own individual sheet and be for an actual amount, an actual invoice amount that we're trying to cover.
Again, I'm not so concerned about the 10,000 for facilities because it'll most likely stay there. Am I correct?
Well,
Any extra?
but it's being, and that's the interesting thing is it's reserved for facilities expenses is the reason, but it's moving to Board of Selectmen professional services, not facilities professional services.
Yeah, I don't get that either.
So it's we have questions about the account being consistent with the use for the 10,000, and we would like each one to be individual so that it can be acted on and signed on as an individual,
and hopefully on a letterhead that with a town seal.
Town seal.
Just a real official.
Yeah.
The reason it may be in professional services may be because the selectman had to, for whatever work has to be done, had to sign the contract. And so it would,
Possibly,
they put it under themselves instead of under him.
Yeah.
I don't know, but we do need more information for that.
There's more information, is it IT related? And so that's why it's coming into them, that it's work to do with the IT and get it ready.
For facilities to install it.
Yeah.
Who knows?
We put in routers and all of the other wiring.
Run wires through the walls. Yeah.
Yep.
That's a very good idea.
So, I mean, if we're in there doing the other wiring, why?
Right.
That's a piece. So then,
are you going to send this memo to the selectmen, or do you want me to?
I will leave it to you. If you want me to send it, I will as chairperson, if that makes more sense to me.
I think it would, because it's such a big change. I think it would be better if it came from you, yes.
Okay, then that's what we will do. The motion that I would entertain is that the Finance Committee does not approve the transfers on a single sheet. We would like changes that will be documented and returned to Board of Selectmen and Town Administrator with our requested changes.
Are we gonna add, or are you gonna add that you want the actual amount invoiced and not,
Yes.
Yeah. So the changes that we would number one is move them onto individual requests, and the other is that the amounts be to pay for a specific invoice that we have to pay, and not potentially moving money multiple times in the process. Does that cover what you're thinking, Teresa? Okay.
yes, it does.
Okay.
I make that motion.
Okay. Well, that's why
No.
And I second it. And I wrote it down.
All right.
okay. Then a roll call vote.
Cheryl Mazekas, yes.
Mark Hussey, yes.
Andrea Wood, yes.
Don Hayes, yes. So the affirmative means that we reject this request as stated, and we'll look
It's not even on town sewer.
look for changes and have it reconvene and come to our next meeting, currently scheduled for July 12th.
Now,
Yeah.
I don't know what we do with the rejected sheets. If we send them back to the selectmen because they sent them to us, or we send them to the accountant. I don't know.
Maybe a copy
To each?
both. Yeah, to each. The original, well, I'll put in maybe town administrator's office and give a copy to Board of Selectmen and town accountant, so that they know we don't approve this as it stands.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want a copy of this back so you know?
Yeah, that's, if you're not going to use them, then we've got copies.
Scribbled on the top.
Okay. Not a problem, I don't think. Okay. Okay, then I would entertain the motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion. We adjourn at 5:50 p.m.
I'll second that.
Okay, and roll call vote.
Cheryl Mazekas, yes.
Mark Hussey, yes.
Andrea Wood, yes.
Don Hayes, yes. The
Hey,
finance-
Teresa, can you smell fried chicken from there? Ron, Ron is making it. I'm starved.
Okay, then the Finance Committee stands adjourned, and thank you all for attending, and appreciate your continued support.
All right. Good night.
Thank
Thank you. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.